VTubing can be really expensive, but it doesn't always have to be expensive. And in this video, we're gonna show you some cool VTuber tech or streaming tech that can help you improve your stream without breaking the bank. And as always, the links for everything that we're talking about in the video will be linked in the description down below. This is a cell phone neck holder. You can get these for like $5 to $8 US, and this goes around your neck and has like a little thing here that like it flips up to hold your phone. So I actually don't use this to hold my phone. So what I did was I put some Velcro, the soft side Velcro on one side. On my Leap Motion, I have the other side of Velcro. And then what I do, I just wear it around my neck like this. And then I have like an adjustable Leap Motion mount. I'd say if you're looking to get like a Leap Motion, which it gives you really good hand tracking, and the best way that I found use for it is when it's mounted to you. So I have mine mounted on my neck, and with this, it gives you enough adjustment to get like enough good hand tracking. I made a video about lighting being really important for good face tracking. The thing is that lights are pretty expensive when you're looking for specifically streamer lights. One of the lights that I have right here is an Elgato key light. Those are like 150 bucks. But the two other lights that I have in my office are not studio lights or streamer lights. They're actually something that you can get in the hardware store. They're called corn lights. This one light bulb alone does about 5,000 lumens. You can get these in like a 2-pack for like 40 bucks. And they just fit into like a normal light bulb socket. You could put these in fancy studio like umbrellas, so like or soft boxes like I do. But if you just have a decent lamp, or just like a regular lamp with like bouncing off the wall, this would actually do a really good job at lighting up your room to make sure that you have a nice bright environment, just so you can get good face tracking. So this next one, these next recommendations are going to come with a bit of a disclaimer. If you ever want to set up like a dual PC setup, or you want to stream with a console, you would need something called a capture card. I personally really recommend the Elgato capture cards. I've had nothing but reliability and success with Elgato capture cards, but I have used both of these like cheap capture cards in the past. They do a good job for how much they cost. These you can usually find for like $10. It's just like a USB 2 to HDMI single input capture. And then for about $20, you can get these pass-through ones. So it has HDMI in and out. That means you can have like your game going in here, and then this one coming out to a TV, so you can actually play what you're capturing. And then this one says it is USB 3, and it has the USB 3 pinout connections, but I'm very skeptical of that. So why am I saying a disclaimer on these? From what I've read online is that a lot of people have been having mixed results with these. Basically, these do say 1080p, but they don't give you the best video quality. The colors on these ones look a little bit washed out, and they cap out at about 30 frames a second, and they tend to be a little pixelated in terms of clarity compared to a nice capture card. And I've heard that some people have had some of these ones die. I've had 2 of these and used them quite like a lot and haven't had any issues with these, but I heard your mileage may vary. But I mean, for like $8-10 on a budget, it does a good job. These ones, I used to use this until actually very recently. This was actually the one I used myself. You can tell because I have Velcro mounted on it. I also got one of these for Sly, but Sly's died. With these, you kind of pay for what you get. If you're really in a pinch, these will do the job. But I would say the disclaimer is just expect these to die at some point. Okay, so the next one is also going to come with a disclaimer. So if you use face tracking with an iPhone, this might actually be super handy. I found this, which is like $20 to $30, which is a Lightning to Ethernet internet cable with charge pass-through. This is like a no-name brand. I'll be honest with you, this kind of sketches the heck out of me. So this is also with a disclaimer, because like the native Apple adapter that does this right now is selling for like $150. I have tried this one and it does work, but it sketches me out because it doesn't work right away. It takes time to like power up. I know it is possible to embed, malicious stuff in these, and since it's connecting to the internet, so this really sketches me out. I mean, it's just plugged into your iPhone, right? So, but I did test it It does work. I would say just get this with caution. I do have a secondary recommendation if you don't want to get something that's a little sketchy. And I'm kind of going to break the rule on this a bit. So this is a native Apple adapter that I got for $40 Canadian. It is Lightning to USB 3 with Lightning charge pass-through. Also, if you're one of the people with an iPhone 15 or newer, I'll also link their USB-C version or a third-party recommended, which is Belkin, that I'll also link in the description. So this is $40, and then you go, oh, but this doesn't have Ethernet. This is where the extra cost comes in. For about like sometimes around $10 US, you can find like a Ugreen or a Belkin USB 3 to Ethernet adapter, and I just happen to have one. So this is my Nintendo Switch one. This is from Hori. This one is more expensive, but this one's like certified to work on Nintendo, essentially. I tested this out with an iPhone. You plug it in. If you just plug it in with this adapter, this says it's a camera adapter, but it does work for Ethernet, is that if you plug it in just like this, it's not going to work. It's going to say this is drawing too much power. So you have to actually use the charge pass-through like this, and then the Ethernet will work. Tested this. This combination also work, even though it's a little bit like rinky-dink. This does work. The reason why you'd want to do this is just to get a more clean facial capture signal with lower latency and reducing wireless interference in case you're using any other kind of mocap, or you're just like in a really noisy environment, or you just don't have Wi-Fi. Okay, this is actually like in use. This is a Ugreen HDMI switch. This comes with a remote if you want to change it with the remote, or you can just manually change it. And what's really, really nice about these is that if you have multiple devices that you want to capture with a capture card. So in my case, gaming PC or my Nintendo Switch, I only need to use one capture card. So what I do, this HDMI cable is coming from my capture card. This is coming from my gaming PC. This is coming from my Nintendo Switch. That means I can use one capture card for multiple devices without having to like fiddle with cables or switches or anything like that. And so I'd really recommend this. You can buy these for like $40 Canadian. Okay, last device, really, really handy. So this, a tech cooler. So what a tech cooler is it's a thermal electric cooler. What it does is that it consumes power, like uses electricity to cool things down, essentially. This one uses a USB-C. This is like $40 Canadian and $40 American. The price is like the same. And the reason why you would want to use something like this, sometimes iPhones can overheat. And when your iPhone overheats, if you're using it for facial tracking, it's going to give you half the performance of your facial capture. So instead of capturing your face at 60 FPS, it's going to capture your face at 30 FPS. If you are someone who uses like Elite Motion and you just have your iPhone like on your desk, this is actually like a really great solution. It's also height adjustable, and you just turn on the tech cooler just like this. This also has like a light up fan that's RGB. But just keep in mind that these tech coolers, a tech cooler in order to cool down your iPhone, basically use the same amount of battery as an iPhone. Essentially, that's the biggest downside. You can even see the condensing on this already. This will keep your phone ice cold so that when you're doing face tracking and you're VTubing, and you just have it sitting on your desk, it'll work just fine. And it's height adjustable enough, it'll be right at head level from your desk, which is nice. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and a special shout out to my members and patrons. Without your help, I wouldn't have been able to buy any of the tech that you saw on today's stream. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.